Joining me on the broadcast at this point in time is Ajay Jandyal, who joins us from Jammu and Kashmir. He's in Jammu right now. Also joining us is defense expert Major Muhammad Ali Shah. R.S. Bilal, my colleague, also joins us from Srinagar. Ali, we were told, in fact, the intelligence was also informed that there was a group of heavily armed terrorists in the Chamrer forest. They had snuck into our side from the LOC. Now, this is something which is a rampant occurrence, but today it has resulted in the deaths and the martyrdom of four of our brave hearts. What do you have to say about that?
Vineet, yes, you are right. We had intelligence input, but yes, we had taken adequate action on that. But you know, when you do a coordinate search operation, when you do a combing operation in search of these militants, yes, one has to be prepared. One has to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. It has to soldiers, we are there to protect the motherland, and if we have to even get martyred while protecting the motherland, we are ready for that. But let me tell you, having said that, Vineet, it is basically Pakistan which is under pressure at the moment because of the meetings in court, the first court meeting that we had, and the meeting we had in US. So Pakistan and China, these are two nations which are having a problem with that. So Pakistan has no other way to get back to us. So they are trying to create a narrative that not all is well in the Kashmir Valley. And that is the reason why that's the only way they can hit out to us. I find it no other way. So this dastardly, cowardly attack on our soldiers, it was really, I mean, it is my condolence to the families of the bereaved. And so, but yes, when we have hard intelligence, we have to be also prepared to pay the price for that, Vineet.
All right. Ali, what's happening today, plus what's going on in the valley, is of grave concern to the security forces. It's of grave concern to the type of normalcy that the rest of the nation was hoping to achieve in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. There has to be a solid step taken to make sure and assert India's might when it comes to infiltration. What are the steps, according to you, that ought to be taken at this point in time, to fill this gap, which has persisted even after the abrogation of Article 370?
Very good question by you, Vineet, and very pertinent for these times. So a narrative is trying to be built up in Kashmir that, Kashmir is getting back to what it was in the 90s when they had, unfortunately, the exodus of the Kashmiri Pandits. So that is why these selective killings that took place in Jammu Kashmir recently, and school teachers, school head, I mean, they were asked by the name and they were shot ruthlessly. So now what exactly is education and unemployment? These are two solutions, key solutions that come to my mind, because, but again, when you saw school teachers who were actually imparting education, they were shot mercilessly, but yet we should not give up hope. We should still think of a positive way, but it is really sad and it's really unfortunate. And yet, let me tell you one more thing, Vineet, that it is our youth, our local youth from Kashmir, they are Indians who are brainwashed and who are radicalized and who cross over to Pakistan, and Pakistan trains them. So the only way to get them is you kill one head, one militant, 10 heads will be born. You kill 10, 100 will be born. So the solution is not just by neutralizing them, and because there's no end to it. The ideology has to be neutralized, not the militant only. So now how do we neutralize the ideology? The root cause comes from Pakistan, and Pakistan is incorrigible. So once we can actually nail it from there, once we can actually neutralize this radical ideology and the way they are being brainwashed, that if they attack, if they take innocent life, they will receive heaven and hoods and I don't know what all stories, all cock stories are told to them. That is like really actually not fair. So I think we should actually catch it from the grassroots level and see from where this ideology is building up from and nip it in the bud from there, Vineet.
Right. Atmosphere is obviously very, very tense in this part of our country. In your analysis, this is something which Pakistan is good at, infiltrating people onto our side and sacrificing them, but what happens at this point is that we lose our people, we lose our soldiers, and then we are back to square one. Then life goes back to normal, and then all of a sudden there's another attack. This cycle has been continuing for very, very long. How do you nip it in the bud?
Again, if we talk strategically, it would be the route would be Pakistan. But if we look at it in a way that we have to find a solution straight away for it, it is by educating our Muslim youths in Kashmir that, see, listen, you would be picked up by people who are on a lookout for people to brainwash and to use them as cannon fodder, not to get carried away by that and by generating employment, so that when people actually get radicalized and there's some people who get radicalized and there's some people who go there for in search of that, okay, they will get some money in that return, and they are so poor, so they feel though they are wrongly, they take the wrong path then, Vineet. So in my view, we can only actually curtail and curb militancy to a large extent by generating more employment and more education in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and to ensure that instead of carrying weapons in their hand, they should be carrying laptops, pens, books, and they should come on the right path.
Right, absolutely. Ali, you mentioned a very important thing that, the youth who find themselves as being susceptible to this influence need to be warned, they need to be foretold, and they need to be educated of the kind of dangers that they might get into if they follow this philosophy. But what do you do when the people who are teaching them, the people who are taking care of them, themselves are confused and not sure of what kind of an ideology, if an ideology at all, is to be percolated down their psyches?
Exactly, Vineet. That is a trouble. That's a trouble with the radicalization in J&K and in Pakistan, and even Taliban for that matter, same problem. The problem is that these people do not actually understand their own religion, and they think that they are doing something good, but which religion would actually teach you to go and kill innocents? Which religion will actually teach you to go and blow yourself up? There's my real life line when I was serving in the army. I use that same line, not as a movie dialogue, but in a movie again on militancy. It was this movie Haider, which won 5 national awards, where I said, no militant, dead or alive, is worth my soldier's life. So coming back to your first question, when we said we had hard intelligence, but again, Vineet, let me tell you, I served in Jammu and Kashmir for 2 years under my command. There was not a single casualty for any of our men, because we take an oath in the army, and I commend the officer who was leading the operation, because the oath says the safety, honor, welfare of your country comes first, always and every time. The honor, welfare and comfort of the men you command comes next. Your own ease, comfort and safety comes last, always and every time. So when we launched this operation, at the same time we knew the dangers involved with it, but one has to take the risk, and someone has to go and clean the muck. Someone has to do the job over there. So similarly, and one quote I will leave for them, for our martyrs who have, the 5 brave hearts who will been martyred today: how can a man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his fathers and the temples of his gods? And for the viewers who are watching us, let me tell all the viewers, when you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow we gave our today. This is a very, very tricky situation that we are dealing right now in Jammu and Kashmir, because even after abrogation of Article 370 after August 2018, when we thought the situation certainly has become better, there is no doubt about that. Incidents have come down, but once again, Pakistan is definitely trying to build up this narrative, and this narrative is being built up, that things are not all in Jammu Kashmir, and so that they can take this matter up with the international community.
All right, Ali. Mohammad Ali Shah, thank you for being here and sharing your thoughts with us on this extremely important and serious matter.